Welcome back. Natural Ozempic, how some foods trigger hormones, so eat less. Semaglutide, a GLP-1 RA, is the active ingredient in Ozempic and Wegovy. GLP-1 occurs naturally in the body. So the question that you might be asking, a lot of people are wondering, can you increase the level of GLP-1 that your body produces naturally? And will it have similar effects as taking the drug semaglutide? Yesterday, October 30th, NPR article asked the question or studied a little bit: less snacking, more satisfaction. Some foods boost levels of Ozempic-like hormone. And a researcher said if you eat a lot of fiber at one meal, by the time it's in your colon, it's around the time of your next meal. So you may have improved insulin response and feelings of fullness, which can contribute to eating less and weighing less. So that's today's intro. Welcome back. My name is Reggie. I'm the founder of Fit for Freelance, where I build adaptive business leaders through compassionate health coaching. It's Halloween, so we might get interrupted on the live feed, but let's talk about this a little bit. And if you want to know how to increase your fiber, I've got the plant-based snack pack linked below. That's a really good grocery list with 5 tasty recipes, easy ways to increase your fiber, because that's what a lot of this presentation is about. A shout out to my homie Sam again for the link to the NPR story, because this is big news, just came out yesterday. All right. And there's also a link for about bourbon. Does bourbon help for weight loss? Weight Health Coach reacts. There is a question about natural semaglutide, and that's a plant-based supplement that some people were interested in. So I made that video. So let's get into this topic. Semaglutide, active ingredient of Ozempic and Wegovy, is a glucagon-like peptide 1 receptor agonist. That's going to be on the test later, so keep that in mind. I've been covering these a lot on the channel. Here's a quick review of these GLP-1 receptor agonists, how they work. Some of the key things to look at: they slow your gastric emptying, so you'll feel fuller longer, and then decrease your appetite in the brain. They also have effects all over your body. So lots of benefits to the medication if that's what your doctor chooses to prescribe. Now, what we're looking at is glucagon-like peptide 1 receptors are stimulated by GLP-1 receptor agonists, including GLP-1 that your body makes naturally or external resources. Right. And so an analogy for this that you might know about: cannabinoid receptors are stimulated by cannabinoid receptor agonists, including endocannabinoids that your body makes naturally or external sources. There are several other examples of hormone signals that are in your body naturally, and you can, stimulate those naturally, like testosterone, right? You have some kind of circulation of that signaling, and then you could also, if necessary, use an external source to supplement that. So that's kind of the basis for how these hormone signals are working in your body. They'll have different effects. All right. So the prime question: can you increase the level of GLP-1 that your body produces, and will it have similar effects to semaglutide? What the research is saying, Dr. Sundaresan: food activates cells in your intestine, which release a lot of hormones. About 20 of them, including GLP-1, are hormones that will help you feel satisfied. Later in the article, Dr. Sandoval says once the GLP-1 hits the blood, it begins to be degraded. By the time GLP-1 gets to the heart and the rest of the circulation, there's very little of it left. Dr. Sandoval went on to say semaglutide persists for days. So instead of just a GLP-1 natural receptor, the semaglutide circulates to stability, allows the drug to go into the brain, where it squelches appetite and cravings directly. So that's with any food you eat. Those hormones get released. Once they hit your intestine, you get like all kinds of stretch signals and responses that tell you, okay, we're digesting some food. And then that GLP-1 is one of those hormones that comes out that helps you understand how full you are. All right. So with the high fiber foods, when you're increasing your fiber, what happens? Our bodies can't break down fiber. So it goes through the small intestines for about 4 to 10 hours. Then the bacteria that live in the large intestine, when it gets to the large intestine, can access the fiber. All right. And that happens, that ferments the smaller molecules like short chain fatty acids, and that triggers the release of GLP-1 and peptide YY. So these are 2 hormones that start production from the bacteria in your gut. You have like a little ecosystem in your large intestine, and they eat the fiber that comes through, and then this is the off product that they produce, GLP-1 and peptide YY. If you got questions about peptide YY, I made a video with the peptide as being researched, GP44 weight loss. That's linked in the description below. So GLP-1 and peptide YY can both suppress appetite on their own and have been linked to lower body weight and better glucose regulation. Click like if that's something that you're into, if that makes sense to you so far. The increase in GLP-1 and PYY happens hours after you eat, so it signals that you're not as hungry later. And that's a key difference. It's not just like right after you eat, you feel satisfied. It's hours later. All right. So Edward Dehan, he says if you eat a lot of fiber at one meal, by the time it's in your colon, is nearing the time of your next meal. We're talking 4 to 6 hours later. So you may have improved insulin responses and feelings of fullness. All right. Dr. Duca says that researching fermentable fibers that can best suppress appetite and induce weight loss, like beta glucan in barley. That's what he's up to. And beta glucan is also found in oats and rye. Studies with people have found that beta glucan fiber may improve insulin sensitivity, lower blood pressure, and increase satiation between meals. So there's potential huge benefits of increasing the fiber in your diet for the impact it has on your gut biome and the signaling that is very similar to the popular drug Ozempic or semaglutide, Wegovy, all that stuff. All right. Other fermentable fibers include dextrin in wheat, oligosaccharides in beans, peas, and lentils, and pectin in apples, pears, and green bananas. So there's lots of benefits to these different vegetables, basically fruits and veggies and legumes that can help you address your appetite. Dr. Duca goes on to say, just being aware of how much fiber you're eating and increasing it, that's a huge step to improving your health. So that's something I talk about a lot in the full plate sessions that's linked below. And then all the coaching I do, I'm big on fiber. A lot of people not getting enough of it. You want to aim for 5+ servings of fruits and veggies per day. And that's not just like because of the public health recommendation, but it can help you with your appetite. And now there's more research showing that it can help you with the GLP-1 specifically. So that's a really fantastic benefit. If you want to increase your fiber, I got the plant-based snack pack link below. I've also got the full 30-day plant-based transformation in the link below. So that's got grocery lists, recipes, and like 30 days of meal plans, plus email support, everything you need to start eating more fruits and vegetables. It's in these plant-based downloads in the description below. So what do you think? Natural Ozempic, are you ready to increase your fiber? Let me know. And then next you can watch daily fiber intake. 2 out of 3 don't know this. This is a fun video to make. And if you are into science, science-based is a core value, you can watch Does Your Body Absorb Every Calorie You Eat? New Gut Research. And what that's talking about is proportion of calories absorbed depends on a complex interaction between diet, host, and gut microbes. And what this study found that microbiome enhancing diet, like increasing your dietary fiber, resistant starch, large food particle size, and limiting processed foods can decrease calorie absorption. So I'm going to put those videos up here, I guess, so you can watch more if you'd like. So what do you think? Click like, subscribe, and as always, keep practicing. Peace.